Welcome to A Wicked Lifestyle. Glad you made it, and while you're here, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and ring the bell for notifications of when I post. Now, let's get into it.
Hello, hello, hello. I am Nina Adora, and this is A Wicked Lifestyle. Today, I am going to work with my cards. I wanted to do more as far as learning the cards, but quite honestly, that feels like I may have bitten off more than I can chew. So I don't, I'm getting ready to start my fall semester for classes. So I don't want to try to start a new project such as learning a bunch of cards all at once. Do we need light? I'm going to be hot if I turn on the light. I'm not going to turn on the light. Anyway, um, so let's go ahead and get started. Um, I do want to pray over my energy, make sure that I'm not receiving negative energy because I am someone who absorbs the energy of others quite easily. And when people have, let's just call it big energy, um, then I have to be cautious that I'm not absorbing too much of their energy to the point where that it overpowers mine and exhausts me. I have, well, I did wake up in the middle of the night last night with a really bad nosebleed. So, plus, anyway, so let me go ahead and before we begin, ask Spirit to watch over us and protect us and make sure no one is coming at us because they have their own imaginative ideas about who I should be and what I should be doing. Us, the entire collective, protect us so that we are safe from those who will trespass against us. We know that you hold us in your arms. We're doing your light work so that we can bring a goodness to the world. And pretty much, we appreciate you. Obviously, I am not great at giving prayers or doing prayers, saying prayers. Um, I feel like for the most part, blessings and curses are the exact same thing. I don't know why this is showing on the camera. Okay, there, that's better. Um, for me, my health condition is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it's like I'm bleeding a lot and it's really inconvenient. And I, am most of the time close to my death because I lost so much blood and it doesn't come back. But on the other hand, because of it, I've come to know my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing in life. And I can the things that I do in life, they are to serve my purpose. So I'm appreciative of that. It's a balance, really perspective, how I choose to view it. I mean, it's a burden, but it's mine to carry along with my lot in life, which is patience. I know in my last video, I said that I was a witch, and a lot of people heard witch. But what I was referring to was which. And that's why I said, which way do I go? I feel like a lot of times I have to explain myself or add something else to a statement, which will help to clarify something that I may have said previously, which is why I was like, which way do I go? So, it kind of represents the duality that I experience with being a Gemini on the cusp of Cancer. So sometimes decision making and being able to choose which thing is the best thing for me or that I want, or, just those types of things, it can be a challenge. So, anyway, because I don't feel well, I want to go ahead and get started. I did start, before we get started, um, I did start in um, I added the time to this sheet. Admittedly, I did not do the complete I didn't write out the complete reading. However, I did I'm going to make a real cover for this, but I did make a list of the things. What happened to oh, maybe that's not the one we had. I did make the list of items, so I'll go ahead and skip to the one, sorry. What I decided to do in order to make this a little more simple for myself, I do have the cards on some of them, most of them are scanned. I do have them saved to my external hard drive, but I haven't transferred them over. And this one was one of the last ones. Well, this one was one of the first ones I started with, but ultimately one of the last ones that I ended up trying to go over. So they're not filled out. Those particular ones are not filled out fully. But so, like, this is essentially what I've been doing with it. Um, and so, yeah, let's get back to a new reading and I will continue to learn. Um, I was like, this past week, I was like, okay, because something I didn't say about the clouds, how I kept seeing the number three in the clouds. And it was the sixth day, it was 2 days, and it was number three clouds on the first day. A day went by, the number three in the clouds came again. A day went by, but in between those days, I saw the number three, which was revealed to me that it was a bow, like a bow and arrow. And then on the sixth day, okay, so like if this is my field of view from where I sit on my balcony, then the three on the first two times I saw it was like direct. On the sixth day, I was about to see the three again coming. It was forming, and I can see it starting to come into my field of vision, but it was just right of center. And I was like, I got the message. And I closed my eyes and I looked down for like probably about 5 seconds, literally no more than 5 seconds. And the formation of that cloud had changed, So I was like, well, if I'm getting my messages direct and there is a direct communication, it's really strong. Why is it necessary for me to have to um, learn these cards? And what I have come to understand is so that I can have a better communication with the people whose help I'm requesting. So let's go ahead and get into it. As you can see, I did add, let's get the pointer. Oh, it's on pointer. I don't like pointer. Let's get it on laser. How do we get it on laser? I did add time to this. So let me shuffle my deck, bring it back up so you could see me shuffling. This time I'm going to start with the Shadows and Light, the Oracle cards. And we'll see. I'm not sure I want to say you want to see me shuffling. It's just because the camera on my computer is retarded. Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. Like, it doesn't feel like it's centered. But anyway, let's shuffle these cards. Y'all don't like my slow shuffle? I don't know. What's up with the focus? Oh, probably because I moved the camera and it's super close right now. So, okay. All right. So, I think I still, at first I was like, no, I'm only going to do one card, 3 cards per week, one from each deck. But I'm going to just do general and ask Spirit to just show us what it is we need to know. Tell us any interesting information that we need to know, that we need to be aware of. It says, Angel de los Muertos, transition to the spirit realm. Okay, let me write it down. So perhaps that could be a signifier of me or whomever trying to. Oh, I did put my question. What is the question that we asked? Let me get it on the right tool. What do we need to know? Sorry, the iPad is upright as opposed to lying flat. What do we need to know? And so we were given number 16. Okay. And uh-oh, that was something else. Number 16. What does it say about her? Do we want to notice anything about her? I feel like it's representative of de los Muertos, but she's holding something closer, really close to the heart. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like she's giving a whole lot, But let's see what the book says. Let's read the description. All right. It says, this compassionate, soulful, and most tender of angels has been assigned two tasks. The first is to gently collect and gather souls to take home, where they will rest a while before incarnating again. The second is to remove the fear of death and carry away souls who are anticipating sweetness and relief, peace, and a deep, restful time before rebirth. The Angel de los Muertos does not obliterate identity at a soul level, but she certainly gently releases the soul from its body, allows the physical body to return to the earth, and invites the soul to rest a while before choosing and getting advice from her on its next incarnation. Her role is to take the fear out of death, to help you to see it as transformation and opportunity and new life. She is tender and warm and epic. She is kind and compassionate, and her tears fall as she gathers souls. She can speak to earthbounds too, and encourages those whose work is done, whose time has come to come home for a while to rest as they deserve and as the soul needs. She visits those who are left behind with memories and encourages communication and transformative support messages to come through. She knows there is a rainbow bridge between the worlds, and more than once a year, most especially on Samhain, the old name for Halloween, All Satan's Day, or on the anniversary. I don't know if I said that right. I think it's Samhain. I don't know. Samhain. On the day, you know what day it is, or on the anniversary of the passing of the loved one. She helps messages from the departed come through with wisdom and guidance for their children and friends who are still with the living. Her love is boundless, but she has laws that she works within. Her message is, I bring you a message from a loved one whose spirit seems to have already departed, but whose physical presence lingers on for now as he or she prepares to depart from this life. I ask you now to acknowledge your loved ones who are resting in spirit or creating new selves for their souls. You may soon be about to meet a beloved in a new form. I ask you to stay open minded about the form in which the souls can come, and I ask you to be open to the message from the loved ancestors, for they have something to tell you, and it will come to you soon in a vision or a dream or a message during a daydream that will bring such sweet, tangible proof of what some people still call life after death. There is no death. There is only life and resting time and change. Be ready to be comforted and to learn more of the world beyond this world, which is always with you. But it is not always believed in or trusted, even when we send messages to you as clear as a flag in the sky. The Angel de los Muertos appearance in a reading signifies that you must not delay activating this lifetime's purpose. That's the part, I suppose. Okay, I'm hearing you, Spirit. Leave me alone. I'm in control of my emotions. Her message is not only from those who have passed, but of the truth that you can activate your new life while you are still alive. It is no longer necessary to pass to recreate the life, contract, and purpose you have. Do not wish to leave in order to start anew. Believe that this life is a constant process of creation and that you are at a point where you can end a pattern without ending this life. energy is changing, and death is no longer the greatest reshaper. She comes to visit you now, so the fear of mortality passes, and so that you understand you can begin to rebirth yourself into a new life now. So if you have not been present with me, and this may apply to someone else as well, um, if you haven't watched the video where I just tell my whole story. I found out my purpose when I tried to commit suicide because I asked God. I mean, like literally, I was like, what is the purpose of all of this bleeding practically to death without actually dying? I don't know what to do. And so that's how I found my purpose, and I've been living in it. Hopefully, you're able to find your purpose without having to go to such extreme. Um, let's pull another card and see. And also, too, I've been thinking of my dad. At first, I didn't realize it was a commercial for The Voice, and I've only seen it once. But that song, I'll be there with a love that's waiting for you. I'll be there with a love that'll shelter you. Reach out, reach out. That song reminds me of my dad. So, I can see how the card is fitting. I feel like it's gonna take me a while to get to the point where I'm actually able to apply the cards. I don't know, where I don't need to pick up the book. That's gonna take a minute, clearly. But let's see what we got for our next card. We got the Sewer Mermaid. Your sensuality is beautiful. What does that mean? Because I've been watching you guys' readings, and you all have been getting, I didn't switch it. It's okay. I'm just putting in the number. You all have been getting messages about a past lover coming back and etc. And for me, I'm like, I will tell you a secret. And it's not really a secret. It's just why I don't make wishes. Um, I don't believe that I I don't want to say I don't deserve love or anything. I just don't see that happening for me anytime soon. Um, Everyone is gone, and I feel like people have been removed from my life so that I can continue to walk this path, because a lot of those people, we don't believe the same thing. I know, like, there is no question. I know, like, I'm supposed to be, and it feels overwhelming sometimes because I don't feel like I may have the right words or whatever, or that the task is far too huge. And I've been carrying it for so long, and I've been carrying it by myself. Anyway, let's see what the book says. Um, Number 25. Thank you for being on this journey with me. If you are here, I don't ever bring tissue. Sorry. I apologize. I don't, this is the conversation with me in spirit. It requires my tears. Um, and that's how I know when it's real. And if it's about the blood, sometimes I'll have nosebleeds. Like, yeah. So, anyway, that's 21. Let's see. Um, Passed it by one. Okay. The sewer mermaid. Let me see if I can read fast so that we aren't held up all day. I'm not going to pull the whole deck. Don't worry. I promise. When the sewer mermaid swims in, she is here to remind you of the treasures you have that you may have labeled had. I mean, I am. This is an edited video. Technically, I can stop and go get tissue. Let me do that and then I'll come back and read this because this ain't gonna work. Okay, I'm back. I went to get some tissue. Let me continue. So let me just start it over. It was one sentence. When the sewer mermaid, let me turn on the light so we can see what we're reading. Okay, it's backwards. Um, When the sewer mermaid swims in, she is here to remind you of the treasures you have that you may have labeled bad and perhaps even pushed away, forced underneath. We often have negative thoughts that we are too short, too tall, our thighs are too large, our breasts too small, our hair not right, our face not pretty enough. We speak to ourselves in negative ways and we begin to feel we are not good enough. And when this takes place, the result can be that we begin to create negative experiences, blockages, and difficulties. We push people away rather than attract them. We hide for fear that what others see will not be good enough. But this mermaid, the hidden spaces, is here to but this mermaid of the hidden spaces is here to show you that your dark thoughts have told you lies about your great beauty. You are your own self, and all that you are is perfect, whole, and complete. The sewer mermaid says that you may try to push her away and refuse to believe that you are beautiful, but when you are ready, she will swim to you and free you from all the harmful negative thoughts and experiences, all the sewage. You will begin to believe that no matter what, you are a beautiful being, healthy and attractive. Something's in my eye. You will begin to believe that no matter what, you are a beautiful being, healthy, attractive, and one who deserves love, respect, and affection. I am here to show you how to believe in yourself, that you are attractive, beautiful, and worthy of love and respect. I will show you how to see your body as a place of health, delight, and strength, and I will never die or go away, no matter what you have been told, no matter what you have told yourself, and no matter what your society has told you. Let's clean up your physical and mental acts. Let's love all aspects of the physical self. Let us not criticize and hate ourselves, no matter our size, shapes, or differences. We are all unique expressions of the divine, and that truth most certainly applies to you. Let us not be ashamed anymore. Let us celebrate who we are and learn to love the differences and be grateful for all that we have, are, and will be. Part of you that is natural and beautiful, most likely your body and appearance has been influenced by thoughts and ideas about it being unworthy, unhealthy, and perhaps even dirty. I, it's the name. I'm gonna talk about it in just a second. Um, So, a part of you has had to evolve and exist in a less than healthy way. It is time to clean up your act, not of your natural looks, but of the way you have thought about yourself. Something beautiful has been treated badly. It is now up to you to begin to reframe your ideas and thoughts, and therefore your experiences of yourself, your body, your worth, your ability to attract others, and to see yourself as worthy of love, respect, and consideration. Let the strong survivor mermaid show you how to love yourself and your appearance again and rise above the rubbish and stink of negative conditioning regarding your beautiful body and unique self. You are beautiful and very worth loving. This is the only truth that must be told at this time. Okay, so, excuse me. Sorry, you gotta see me like cleaning up my snot nose. Um, so what I want to say is because I didn't complete the thought, I made a wish. It was kind of after like my attempted unal unaliving of myself. Um, I made a wish. I was like, I don't want to have to love anybody, and I don't want anybody to love me because love is too complicated. So that's first of all. So that could be coming through. But I really feel like if I were to connect it to the previous card, and I was saying how my dad has been coming up a couple of weeks ago, I heard the song Home. It's from the movie The Wiz. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid. But it's if you don't know the lyrics, it's when I think of home, I think of uh I don't know, I might have to sing it. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love and affection. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there. Oh, maybe I didn't get it right, but anyway, the song it reminds me of my dad, and I had a moment, me and spirit over the song. So anyway, I feel like if I were doing this reading for myself, then I would connect those cards. If something like I want to show you this. Like something is like seriously in my eye. I know it's a piece of hair. Yeah, stray hair. It feels like I think I don't want to rub my eye because I did put on some under eye concealer because I had to. But I wrote this poem and it's about the name and how like I'm gonna read the poem and I'm gonna try to read it I'm gonna read it with two because I had to say it. It's a three-part poem. I wrote it in three sections. Let me bring it up on the screen so you don't have to watch me crying while I read it. Um, it's a three-part poem, and this kind of speaks to the super mermaid. But it goes. The depiction of Hood is dirty, dingy, and run down, dilapidated, if you will, where the local gangsters rule every corner, pushing their product onto those who can't see life beyond themselves. On that same corner, women offer their bodies for sale to feed their children, perhaps, but more likely for a hit. Who cares if that baby is crying? I didn't want it anyway. Where walking down the street may get you shot if you wear the wrong color. Or maybe you might see the chalk outline of the fool who made that mistake. Where lowriders bump, bump, bump the beat of the bass, rattling windows as they roll by. The sound of sirens and ghetto birds satiate the night air. For this is when the party for cops and criminals come alive. The official language is Ebonics, but all that means is if you want to be a real G, drop it from the end of words and say we is instead of we are. What a joke. But the joke's on me. From hoodlum to hood rat and everything hood in between. Yeah, I'm the girl in the hood from the hood by a hood, but not really. My depiction is hood, short for neighborhood, equivalent to community, happens to be my identity. I am the numerological tenement of the number six, impregnated at birth with concern for those who can't or won't concern themselves, characterized by compassion, a beacon for truth, justice, and righteousness, always a pillar of strength because change rests on my shoulders. I've given back as much as I receive, for it is the only way to live up to me. I am Miss Hood. Then there were heroes and villains. Now I watch for falling glitter while investigating the stars. Somewhere in there, I'm squished between consider litter, but I'm not bitter. Somehow made myself the victim supreme, crying out for help that never comes, depleted and ready to run. But I've never been a quitter. Keep fighting for me till the day I die to establish that being subdued is a lie. Rest in peace when eyes close with no fear of the killer in Savior's clothes. Enraged with tolerance when put on the defense. The speck in my eye didn't drop from the sky, but comes from pride about what I left aside. Counting moments when there's no truth in existence and answers don't come, even with persistence. Can't stop for sickness till the light shines through the thickness. Hold me up to the flame. I'm as authentic as they come, as Hood is my name. Let some things out of my head to prepare for what will come again, like a vicious cycle that never ends. Still considered trash because I don't conform. Considered too intimidating because I defy the norm. Been asked why I walk around with my head so high. Why you think you get to have so much pride and only put on a pedestal to get knocked down by those who want to see me fight for my crown. The depiction of Hood remains, but the nature of the beast has changed. You see, I don't get to look for role models. Now I have to be seeking for my role in a world that doesn't suit me. Sorry. Whoa, no, whoa, my grandmother would say. Continue stand outside of the collective conscious and go your own way. My alias says I get to paint the world as I see, daughter of the people. Yep, that's me. Ashamed that the people would rather than to train their brains with. I don't have to speak poignant words or shout about whose lives matter. My father taught me. Hashtag I had a girl dad. He who really taught me how to walk. Girl got certificates, degrees, and awards for backing up what she taught. Dragon Ling Ling has to kiss no more frogs, but rather spread seeds of love, full with everything, empty with nothing. I don't have to be perfect or carry struggles my mother already carried and let the ones her mother carried be dead and buried. Lest I forget to learn. Okay, so obviously, as you can see, and I wrote this over a couple of years, but let me make something clear because this part right here where I am talking about being a beacon for truth, justice, and righteousness, I was being sarcastic, just to be clear. But my last name is Hood, and this is representative of that. The name of this poem is called Who I Should Be. Should spelled SHOOD, my first initial and my last name. So, um, sorry. um, it's difficult to get to that. So, if I were to relate those two cards together, then it would be, excuse me. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize it would be that difficult. I don't, yeah, it still moves me. And I wrote it. I'm retarded. But if I were to relate these two cards together, that's what it would be about. My father, who passed, left. uh, no, we went to his funeral. So, yeah. Let's move on and see what else Spirit wants to know. Maybe it's just that, hey, your dad is trying to well, also my aunt, she just passed recently and she really had self-image issues. Um, because she's dark skinned. It's my dad's sister. We have the same last name. It's because she was dark skinned. Like personally, let me get a clean tissue. I don't feel as though I have self image issues. I may have at one point when I was younger, but I don't. So I know who I am, and they don't let me forget, believe me. And people just act weird around me. Like, what I had to learn was how to show people my inner beauty. Um, and I feel like when people look at me, that's what they see, my inner beauty, not my physical appearance. So I'm not sure who else this applies to, but I'm learning. And again, I appreciate you being on this journey with me. Mildew fairy clean up time. Um, I guess that would then be a big soap bubble that she's holding. I don't know what that's all about, but let's find out what it's saying and then see how we can relate it to the next set of cards or the previous cards. What number is she? 15. Oh, excuse me. I have the hiccups now. I mean, something. So I just put that number in the journal. I'm not going to show it on the camera. I'm just going to find the card and read it because if I don't want this video to be overly long, I'm actually going to have to edit it, and I don't like editing. So continuing on. Mildew fairy, clean up time. Some things just look like they're yuck, but they're not. They're very good things and they can be powerful and helpful when used in the right way. So if the mildew fairy turns up in your reading, it's time to check out what could be profoundly useful for you, which, no, that's the wrong which you've dismissed. And this could be an aspect of yourself or an aspect of the environment you're in. It's very important not to try to hide this from yourself or to cover it up. The health of the situation rests upon the degree of openness you approach it with. It always shocks me when people think something shouldn't be there. Like me, I grow naturally where it's, let me pull to the light, where it's warm and wet, and I love to show you what you may need to take care of. I can do wonderful things. I can be medicine and I can be a parasite too. But all the time, I'm showing you what is going on, what you need to change, and whether the conditions are a little too steamy for you. If they are, you can freshen up your environment naturally. Don't clean or use harsh chemicals or bleaches, as you'll kill all that is helpful and good. You see, I turn up when something is unhealthy and you just aren't noticing or getting it. So be thankful for my presence and build a little algae or fungi pond in my honor. Or treat yourself to some tasty mushrooms. They are all healthy ways to honor me. And do not step thoughtlessly into that fairy ring. It's all about me being in the right place. Don't ignore me. Right now, something really does need to be cleaned healthfully before it begins to affect you. Think of ways to decrease stagnant moisture, stuck emotions, and increase airflow, fresh thinking in your home and environment. When the mildew fairy comes to pay a visit, it's likely things are a little stagnant, a little over emotional, and that fresh new air and thoughts need to be brought into the clear in to clear up the situation or in to clear the situation up. She can mean a fresh way of thinking or a fresh point of view or a release of emotions that could be pooling in one area. Her appearance never means covering up. It means working with the environment you find yourself within. Like the mildew fairy said, a little of her can be medicine and a great deal of her can be maddening. Where she turns up, will tell you lots about what needs a fresh new approach in your life. And if she is inside lurking in cupboards or in the bathroom instead of decorating pebbles by a pond, you know that the presence of the unhealthful energy needs to be addressed, not rationalized and excused and never ignored. So, if I were going to excuse me, apply these two cards or this card to these two cards for myself, um, I would say that it was my aunt coming through because yes, I just moved into a new apartment in December and I'm still trying to get this place together. So, and it does bother me a little bit, and the clutter. It's like, why do I have to clean the kitchen so frequently? Have I been cooking that much? Have I been eating that much? I don't think I have been, but my electricity bill may say otherwise because it's so hot. I've been using my Ninja Foodie, my air fryer's Ninja Foodie because it does more than air fry. But I've been using that to cook. But still, it's like I could have swore I just did a load of dishes. I just put some dishes in the dishwasher. But anyway, I would say that that was her. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the next deck. Um, so let I'm gonna try to do it a little bit differently than I did the last time. I want to, based on what we have learned from these, I could say, how would, what do we need to know? And then I could say something like, because I don't even know what questions to ask at this point, but because the messages come so direct and they're just loud and clear, and there's usually not a whole bunch of confusion. What do I want to write? How? Okay. What do we need to know? How do we classify the energy that we are receiving? Uh-oh, I didn't get that one right. Okay, and then let me scroll it down. So it can't be that big. So let me shrink it down. All right. Ugh, this software is annoying. I don't want to focus on the software. Okay, so I put that I would use my fairy deck next. What is going on? Okay, that's what I want. But I want to switch these around because I'm going to do the personality deck next. Why is it so big? Okay. And then we'll do the fairy deck for our third question, if I can figure one out. I feel like in order to under you have to have questions. And I don't really have those. So it's like I feel as though, I mean, if you have some advice about what it is I should be doing, like let me know in the comments or something. Because I don't feel like I have a lot of questions. I feel like the answers, they are just going to come regardless if I'm seeking them or not. They are just going to come. So I don't necessarily, just let me know what you need me to know. Maybe the next question can be, why do I need to know this? So let's shuffle through this deck. I feel like I'm moving the same cards around. This is a big deck. You got cards popping out. I know Source wants to tell me something. Let's see. We think that's enough shuffling. Maybe. Act like I shuffled cards before. I don't know. Like my grandmother had us playing spades at a young age, so actually all of the family we played cards. So act like I know how to shuffle. Like what's going on? Some of these cards are ready to pop out, so let's put it down. One more shuffle. One more shuffle. Okay, no more shuffles. Let me move this deck out of the way and see the transparent. Okay, so while looking at this card, um, I can see the person's giving their heart, um, and they're glowing. And I always feel that there should be reciprocity. But I feel like this person always shows their heart. Um, let's find out what the book says. Okay, so if it were one of those, um, oh, do we have to shuffle again because this card was not in the deck? Oh no. Maybe it didn't want to be in the deck. It's cool, cool, cool. You don't need to see me write the number in, actually. Just know that I am writing in the numbers so that I'm going to do this part the after I finish recording, and because I don't want to just leave this part behind, but I'm going to read it now. The transparent. My mind and heart are naturally open and free. I live as an open book, thriving most when immersed in collaboration and creativity. I don't value the complexities of life so that I can live in joyful simplicity. I am accessible and open to all, never pretending to be someone I am not. Trust me, what you see is what you get. Life and relationships are simplest when approached with transparency and honesty. The transparent reminds us that life is simpler when we are open and honest. This saves us the energy often lost with pretense and pretending. With a down to earth style, the transparent brings light and inspiration wherever she goes. Be less busy, ingest less media. This will help you discern what is real and of value. Focus on what is true in your life. Reject the rest. There are the keys, or these are the keys to clarity. Rethink your assumptions, tendencies, and how you engage the world. Be sincere and available for connection. Relax into your nature and be grateful. This is the path of the transparent. Caution. Instead of putting effort into monitoring every aspect of your life, relax and let go of control. Your life might look fascinating with that metric ton of information strapped to it, but this is both an illusion and a burden. Find the balance between the obsessive archivist and the playful dancer living in the moment. Put careful thought into how you construct your days. Make changes that allow you to explore and enjoy life. Feel into and live your freedom. When we fail to set clear boundaries, our lives can become stressful labyrinths, making it impossible for us to maneuver through them. Consider what is indeed yours and what is not yours. Your bank account is your bank account. Your wife or your husband is yours. Take stock in what is precious and then protect it. Now is always the perfect time to find your center. Defend what is yours and revise the way in which you live your life. Our original state is openness. Openness is always within reach. It's one thought away. Upon our opening, we feel free. Based on that particular card, and I'm going to shuffle them again because what was missing? Um, or maybe it doesn't want me to shuffle, and this one is just falling off at me, and it's upside down. The dogmatist. So, if I were to put these cards, this card that we're trying to classify the energy, I would say that it is my auntie. Excuse me, it's 68 reverse. My aunt is trying to tell me something. That's what I think. It's her. Um, 68R. Okay. She was a devout Christian, and the kind that you would call a crazy Christian or a Bible thumper. She was heavily into her Christianity forever. Forever. But toward the end of her life, something changed. I don't know what it was. I'm not sure. I'm just looking at this reflection of light right here. Like, where is that coming from? Um, yeah. But anyway, sorry, easily distracted. She was a devout Christian, and toward the end of her life, she was suddenly into Billy Carson, Dr. Billy Carson. And if you've ever watched any of his videos or listened to him speak, it is he he makes the connection between the science and religion, I'll say, like that metaphysical space. But reads the other books of the Bible. So, I mean, or the books that were removed from the Bibles, the stuff that they didn't want you to know. And it was like, it's not what you think or whatever. And this is a drastic shift from I only believe in the Bible and what the Bible says or whatever to Anunnaki, the Book of Enoch, um, just stuff like getting into the real angels and demons type of stuff she was at. So let's read it. I am an aggressive declarer of the way it is and the way it will always be. I am confident, consistent, and unshakable. I know what is right for everyone involved this sounds like her, as I assemble indestructible sets of assumptions. Steer clear of me. I told you I knew everything. Did you think I was kidding? If mouths considered the horrible places words have been, they will refrain from speaking. The dogmatist is well versed in the topics at hand. You are perceptive with a strong understanding of human nature. You are instinctive and you know how to caution, motivate, and enroll. Your opinions are well manicured, categorized, and consistent. If the dogmatist is barking at you today, listen with only half an ear. Let us remember that there are few definitive truths in this world. Avoid people who declare they know the only way. Find a measure of softness in everything you do and say. Relinquish harsh opinions and positions. Your openness to dialogue will affect how you grow and expand in this lifetime. When we encourage someone's creativity, we improve our vibrations. With humility and inquisitiveness, we can give artists, mathematicians, and inventors confidence boosts. Their creations could serve humanity if only as expressions of the universe's boundless ingenuity. If you've been too critical, soften your perspective. Make room for others to dream. Before returning to the soapbox, relax. Introduce self deprecating humor in your speeches, and you'll convert naysayers to friends. I don't believe in self deprecation, but okay. Like, no, never at any moment should. I mean, like, I talk to myself, um, and I say, I'll be like, bitch, why you crying so much? Was it that serious? Get it together, or something like that. But I'm not gonna speak negative self talk into myself. That doesn't make sense. So no, that part will never happen. And I don't need to, if you need to hear me speak badly of myself, then you don't need to be my friend, continue to be a naysayer. So that part I don't necessarily agree with. It says that's a caution. And so for me, caution means don't speak badly about yourself. Please don't speak badly about yourself. I don't know why they would put that in here. It could be a different word. Words have meaning and they have value. They're like just speaking is like casting a spell. So you really need to be cautious with what you say. And you don't want to put anything negative on yourself. Why would they put that in here? I don't know. Anyway, continuing on. Do you hide your expertise so you can blend in? Do you devalue yourself because it is easier? If a tragedy has stifled you, it is time to come alive again and speak your truth, exercise your voice, and participate meaningfully in society. This is the extreme is the reverse. And I feel like that part is touching about me starting to be open about my experiences and stuff. um, Trust in humanity, like me weeping for the world, um, and ask others for help, which this is me asking for help and inviting you to share in my journey as I learn to speak with you more effectively. With warm intentions and an open heart, you will inspire great forces to come to your aid. We are only able to perceive submicroscopic portions of reality and truth. Beyond our comfortable perspectives are billions of possibilities, life forms, realms, and universes. All right. Um, okay. Um, doesn't this guy kind of look like Donald Trump? And we are definitely not like him. He is tripping right now. So let's pull one more card. I don't think I need to reshuffle this. I think Spirit is like, you're good. Don't worry about that card that wasn't in there. You already had it. Don't worry. But what if it comes up again? The next card is also upside down. And let's turn it up so we can see. This is the outrageous. It looks like someone who is overindulgent, doesn't take anything or not a whole lot of things seriously. Let's see what it says. Also upside down. Let me write the number in. Okay. 64 reversed. Okay. It says, I am a brightly colored butterfly filled to the brim with defiant self acceptance and confidence. I dare you to dare me to stop. I saunter into rooms with grandeur, demanding adoration and hatred at the same time. Laugh with me, thrill me, or step aside. I am a one person party, an unstoppable original force, and I mean business. Kinda, that's my personality. Kinda. I mean, it's not like that. It's real quiet, like, but people seem to get that without me having to say anything. Just come in the room and get all kinds of crazy looks. Apologizing for being who you are is like saying the universe has a design flaw. Well, thank you, universe. I don't have to apologize. The outrageous can be an inventor of disruptive technologies, a breakthrough street artist, or a powerful motivational speaker. These vibrant, courageous souls live in the highest decibels of self expression, and they love every second of it. Align yourself with these fantastic spirits as they set the best examples of authenticity, bar none. You have played by society's rules for long enough, letting too many brilliant impulses die a lonely death. It is time to rip the lid off. Shine brightly like the sun, like a brilliant green emerald, like the pristine spirit who gives birth to the universes. Be you, be wild, be free. Now, this is a caution. How sad it is when we allow judgmental people to extinguish our sparks. How troubling it can be when we internalize someone else's fears. Keep in mind that other people's opinions are none of our business. Oh my goodness. I say that all the time because I'm in Vegas and people like to talk. They want to talk about you. And I just recently told someone that, like, listen, she was having an issue. I'm like, listen, what other people have to say about you, that's none of your business. Just leave it where it is. But okay. They rarely arrive bearing gifts. Rage is a potent stimulant for creativity if it doesn't destroy us first. Find healthy, non destructive ways to express your anger. Beneath the anger is sadness. Assess your sorrow by expressing yourself artistically. Write a poem, song, or story about what you are feeling. Let your ingenuity transform you. And this is an extreme, the upside down part. With a feisty inner cocktail of unexpressed emotions, you might find it difficult to be anything but explosive or wildly creative. Everything we experience, people, events, and emotions, are responsibilities, nobody else's. Own it all and celebrate the mystery of it all. Forgive, let live, and let go. As your alchemy improves, so will your life. Screaming your value from a mountaintop might not result in social acceptance or an inner awareness of your stunning majesty, but it can certainly help. I'm super humble about it. I don't, you know, I don't walk in the room and be like, I'm the end all be all. And this is my thing. I will write it down for you. I should have brought another card, but I'm going to write it down anyway. People have the tendency to put me in a box, especially when they know my name. My last name is Hood. A lot of people want me to be the degenerate version of Hood, the one that I read the poem about. Um, I'll put it on this side. I have too good. And then over here it's too hood. And this one is not hood enough. Sorry, I'm writing slow. I could have did this on the iPad and then not good enough. So this is what I get quite frequently. I'll put it under here. That way I can see, I can tell if you see it. Um, So people like to judge me. Just being a black woman, I mean, some people think that all black people are should be associated with the hood, and that hood culture that has been established ever since the movie Boys in the Hood. Um, that's when I found out this all happened at the same time for me. This movie defining who I am or who I should be, me being hospitalized for nosebleeds. It's all kind of happened all at the same time. I had an uncle who was on the Olympic diving team. He didn't make it out. He was murdered before he got to go to the Olympics. This all happened at the same time. But anyway, I feel like people will want to put me in this box, um, or one of these boxes. Is all one big box to me. I can be all or none, simultaneously, but I like to choose that I'm none. I'm a humble person. I'm a servant. Literally, I'm in hospitality so that I can serve people. And I feel like that's the best way for me to reach people and try to bring some goodness and joy and happiness to their lives. I mean, I can be a positive person. I prefer positivity over negativity. So, um, that's how that goes. Let's move on to the next deck. And I am going to write in for our question to spirits, to source. Now we're going to ask, why is it essential for us to know these things? Okay. What? This app is annoying. Um, I would like for that to be right here, and then I should probably make it smaller so I can write somewhere. Okay. Why is it essential for us to know these things? Okay. Um, Let me resize it. Uh-oh, undo. How about this? Let's copy. Let's cut that. Let's duplicate so that it can have the same size. And then let's paste. Yeah, like that. Okay, so for this, we're going to use, I'll worry about that later if it's still bothering me. Um, for this, I'm going to use my Fairy Tarot deck. It runs along more closely with the, is it called Garther Waite or Waite Rider? Well, I don't know. You know the deck, the main primary deck that most decks are based off of. It is in alignment with that one, with the major arcana and the minor arcana. Okay, so let's see. Why do we need to know about what are we knowing? I put these things. Why do we need to know about this energy that's surrounding us? It feels, I mean, I don't know. Let's see what the cards say. That seems to be beneficial, I guess, in learning. Okay, I think we're about done shuffling. Yep. Okay, let's start with the first card. Is the Ace of Spring. You all have been, did I not put the last card down? Oh, I think I actually, let's duplicate. I apologize. I need to make sure I fix this before I move on. It is 64. I thought I had already taken care of that, but now we have Ace of Spring. I'm going to abbreviate. Okay. It says, so this card has a lot of butterflies. She appears to be at the lake. There looks to be like a fairy ring around the tree. Ace of Spring, I feel like it would be like the beginning of the spring. Let's see. It is time to another take action. Be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams. Amazing career opportunities. So basically, apparently, I'm not doing anything. I mean, my life is, I am reaching for a goal, but the goal that it is kind of big, and I'm writing for it now. But okay, I'm taking action on this, learning the cards. But okay, I mean, do I have to do another round to be like, take action on what? Mm. Ace of Spring. Ace of Spring says, the time to act is now. The fairy of spring presents you with a wonderful new opportunity that will allow you to achieve what you deserve. Your fledgling hopes are now about to take flight, and all that's needed from you is the courage to see things through. Be daring, be fearless, and then happily pursue your most treasured dreams. If you don't have every little detail worked out, don't let that hold you back. All the steps will reveal themselves as you move forward. The youthful fairy in this card is tending to the young holy hawthorn tree, which sprang from the staff of Joseph of Arimathea. The sapling is sparkling with divine love to indicate that your new plans will be fruitful and abundant. Additional meanings of this card: new beginnings, career changes, birth announcements, promotions. So I kind of actually feel like that's in alignment with a lot of what I've been hearing from what you guys have been reading. Um, Let me look at the words again. I'm slow. Don't hold me. New beginnings, the part divine love, new plans will be beautiful and abundant. Did I say all of that? I don't recall. And I just read it. It's terrible. Um, but it's fall semester. Typical is opposite for me. Um, Fall semester is getting ready to start, and my big dream, which I don't really ever discuss on here, is to plan a large scale fundraising event, kind of like a give back event. Um, I'm not a nonprofit, and I have no intention of being a nonprofit, so it is a business that I am kind of attempting. I haven't actually acquired the business license for it because I want to sell the business. So I don't want to do it. I want the event to occur year after year, but I don't want to be the one in charge of it. However, what has been the most challenging for me is acquiring funding. Like, so I'm writing for my master's degree, and my thesis is built around the wellness of individuals and how fundraising events can increase overall well-being. So that's what I'm studying, and I have I probably have a lot more writing to do, but I'm coming to the end of a section right now, and I decided that for this semester, I would start focusing on writing grants so that I can at least rent a venue or two or three, see what we can do as far as raising capital so that I can get things moving. And I feel like it could be, that's what it is, like, take action, get the funds, or something to that effect. So next we have the Prince of Winter. And how come she doesn't have words at the top? The last card, you see how it has words at the top? Um, he's a tiny little thing, but he looks like he's having a whole lot of fun on that ferret. Okay, intellectual, determined, focused, impulsive. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. What did I just say? The need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. So let's do this. Okay, she is telling me to strike while the iron is hot. That's what I feel like. What Prince of Winter says. Ah, one of my AirPods fell out. Okay, but the Prince of Winter says he moves like a flash of light. When the Prince of Winter shows up, you know that you're in for some very quick action. His mind moves as fast as his sled, and he can instantly assess a situation, allowing him to get right to work. When he's on a mission, you may as well stand back and let him take charge because he will, whether you want him to or not. He is idealistic, decisive, focused, and determined. He can also be a little impulsive and undiplomatic. So if this prince enters your arena, see if you can't get him to pause for just a moment of reflection to make sure his plan really is sound. The fairy moves swiftly through the snowy forest. He loves the thrill of the ride, but is he really watching where he's going? Additional meanings of this card: believing strongly in your mission, fighting for justice, sudden or expected changes, intellectual solutions to problems. I think I got it right. Oh my goodness. And then our final card is the Princess of Winter. She is inquisitive, truthful, realistic, also undiplomatic. Um, but her animal seems to be a little bit bigger. Big cat. Information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness. An indigo child or adult. All right. Let's see what they have to say about it. Uh, The Princess of Winter is a student of the intellect. She's endlessly excuse me. She's endlessly curious about everything. She can differentiate the truth from a lie in seconds and knows facts and figures that will astound you. If there's an exciting new idea being tossed around, you can bet your last dollar that this princess was in on the concept from the beginning. She is logical and realistic, but that can make her a bit difficult to get close to. She keeps her emotions fairly well guarded. She can also have a harsh tongue, speaking without thinking. Truly, she didn't mean to hurt your feelings. She was just being bluntly honest. So try to focus on the message, not the messenger. Because I feel like some people will just go on and shoot the messenger. Um, but anyway. But if she continually displays hurtful behavior, you don't have to hang out with her. The little fairy from the Ace of Winter is now an adult. Do we know we got the Ace of Spring, as is her companion. She has grown fully into her inner strength and is now a powerful young woman. But be careful, her words can be as fierce as her companion's growl. Additional meanings of this card: an unpredictable person or situation, the need to communicate clearly, an indigo child or adult, assertiveness, objective feedback. Okay, so as I was saying, I feel like that brings it completely back around to the beginning. I don't even know if I said it or not, but I think I did. That we have to be careful with our words, that they are powerful. The words that we speak are like casting spells themselves, whether we intend to or not. When people are saying, oh, this is how you manifest, say this, say this, say this, you notice you are saying things. And so even if your intent is not to manifest anything, you're still doing that by the words you speak. So I feel like that brought it full circle. And yes, I am that one. Like, I can be soft and gentle, and for the most part, I'm aware of what I say. But like the parent who birthed me would always say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So I can be more aware of how I say things. That's something for me that's been on my mind like this past whole entire week. Like I said, when I said I'm a witch, and I realized that people may have heard witch, but I really meant witch. So yeah, I feel like that kind of rounds it out. I think we did well. I'm gonna fill this out. I should have wrote the protection down when I said it, but now it's on video, so I can just record it. However, I'm gonna fill this out that way I can include it in the end of the video when I edit it. Okay. Well, this has been long enough, and I do appreciate you being here with me. And if you're learning, um, I hope that you are finding this useful. If it's helping you in your understanding, if you're already deep in your understanding or somewhere in the middle of it, I have more understanding than me for sure. Leave it down in the comments. Let me know how I'm doing. Again, I appreciate you all. Make sure that you can be laughter, be love, be light, be levity, and always bring that to any situation that you're in. Don't allow anybody to bring you down. You know who you are. You know who you are. No one can tell you who you are. They can't say, oh, well, you think you are. No, I am. Affirm it within yourself. That's all. I will see you next week where we do another reading. Take care. Bye.
Oh, 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 whoa, 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 yeah. Oh, whoa, 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 yeah. It's more than tasks and checking lists. So why don't you just choose?